I am genuinely more scared today than I was on Monday. Like, this makes no sense and it's really worrisome. So basically, what happened was after the Japan carry trade that happened, like this not scandal, but like event that happened, um, on like in between Sunday and Monday. The Japan basically, or Japan, the government, the Bank of Japan, they basically switched, right? And then they said, I don't worry, don't worry. We won't raise interest rates as much, right? Basically, we'll try to keep the yen like relatively low, right? The fact that they changed their mind so fast should be setting alarms to everyone in the stock market. Like, I don't want to spread FUD or anything, but like, think about, okay, so when a toddler falls, right? When a baby falls, right? They don't. Their first instinct isn't to cry. Their first instinct is to look at the mom, the dad, the guardian, or whatever, right? And see their reaction. If their reaction is like overblown, right? If the parent is like, "Oh my goodness, are you okay? Oh my goodness," the baby will start to cry. If they look up and the parent's just like, "Oh, you fell. Are you hurt?" Right? The baby's not gonna cry. Right now, the stock market is stupider and has less common sense than a child. The How fragile is the stock market that basically a 0.25% interest rate, or yeah, interest rate hike in the Japanese, in Japanese currency, or by the Bank of Japan, that is enough to 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 like destroy the stock market. Like, it dropped like almost, what, the Nikkei dropped by 10%. The American stock markets, like, they dropped by, like, I think it was like it was at least 5%. I think 5%. Like, from a 0.25% interest rate cut, or spike, hike. Sorry, that's not. Like, at first I was like, okay, it should be fine, right? I'm relatively bullish, right? I'd say overall, I'm I'm really bullish, right? Until that reaction from the Bank of Japan, they see something, or they were told by someone that basically, oh, shit is about to hit the fan if they don't like calm down the markets. If what they did was enough to scare them into just saying, "I don't worry, we'll be fine." Like, you should be like that child. You should sense something in the water and be based on the reaction, right? Whether or not you feel it, right? You should definitely sense something in the water. Additionally, like, look at Google, right? Google just lost one of their biggest moats, like being the default engine, and it's up for some reason. Like, you don't under. Okay, so if this also, if you don't know, like, Google just lost the court case, right? Basically, people are calling, or like the courts are calling Google a monopoly, or like trying to do monopolistic things by basically paying so much money to be the default search engine, right? Which, before the court ruling, like, that was one of Google's biggest moats, right? Just being the default search engine, because most people just don't want to change their search engine, right? So then most people will just use Google. That's a Why are they up? Like, I don't have any. I don't think I'm exposed to Google. I don't think so. So, like, I don't think I have any positions in Google. If I do, it's like really like marginal. I don't think I do though. But the fact that Google is up after this court case, that should also be sending red flags. Like, there's absolutely zero reason why Google should be up. It just, this entire market right now just feels like just a giant fugazi. I I'm usually really bullish, but like, just the reaction from the Bank of Japan, the it just feels like we're being like sold a bunch of lies, and it's gonna crash. I think it might crash. Like, I don't know. There's gonna be some type of correction. Maybe not a crash, but there will be some type of correction. Google should not be up on such a big like loss of moat, and like the stock market should also not be up just because Bank of Japan was like, "Don't worry, we won't change anything." The fact that the first of all, the fact that the stock market crashed so much on a 0.25% interest rate hike, and then it rebounded so fast on a point, the Bank of Japan being like, "Don't worry, don't worry," that should be setting up alarms for everyone. Like, I don't know, just be careful. Like, don't try to diversify. Try to diversify, right? And don't like them. Also, like, have a healthy amount of skepticism. That's just what I want to say. Have a good one. Stay safe. Not financial advice.